week 4. Way to go for keeping up this far. That's awesome. I hope you're enjoying these sequences. As far as if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I hope that you're feeling rested and relaxed after these. Some of these are a little intense, but some of them are really mellow, which is awesome. So we're going to practice a little bit today on Nadi Shodhana, and then we're going to go into a sequence. Ultimately, Nadi Shodhana is a pranayama, so it's a breathing technique. It's a great technique that you can use. Now, if you're pregnant, I recommend that you just do a 3-part breath through this. Do not try Nadi Shodhana. It is not recommended for you, but for those postpartum moms and those that are not pregnant, go for it, give this a whirl. It's really relaxing. So, I want you to get comfortable on the ground. You can sit on your blanket if you want. I'm going to for this before we alter into the next part of it. So, for the next minute or so, I want you to take your middle finger and place it in between your eyebrows. You're going to then take your ring finger and put it on your left nostril, and then your thumb on your right nostril. So both fingers, your pointer and your middle finger, can go to the center of your head, while the other two cusp your nose. You're going to close your right nostril with your thumb, and you're going to inhale up through that left nostril. So you're going to go, and then you're going to hold it, and you're going to close the left nostril and breathe it out the right nostril. After you do that, you're going to then breathe up the right nostril, closing that left nostril, and alternate. Hold it for a moment, and then breathe it out the left nostril. You're going to do this for a minute, roughly, and we'll watch the clock while we do this. And then be sure to be sure to end on your left nostril. As you focus these breaths through, it's kind of like a wave back and forth between the right and left side. It should relax you. It should make you feel wonderful. This is really good to do if you're ever in an intense situation where you need to just relax. So take a moment, get into this position, and breathe. And you can do this anywhere. Now, when you're pregnant, you're going to do the 3-part breath. So you're going to start lower abdomen, middle, and up, and release out. You're not going to do Nadi Shodhana. So, we just hit the 4, so here we go. Together, setting your intention for today's practice. This is It's the start of your week. Coming to all fours. We're going to begin this sequence with cat-cow. As always, a nice gentle stretch for 10 breaths. Inhale, rise. Exhale, coiling in. Making sure your arms are under your shoulder as you exhale, as you coil in. 6 more. Inhale, rise. Exhale, coiling in. Inhale, rise. Exhale, coiling in. Inhale, rise. As you exhale and you coil in. 2 more. So coiling in. Planting that left hand down, bringing your right hand and threading it through as you relax your shoulder on the mat, and hold this for 3 breaths as you thread the needle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turning back to your cat-cow, you take your left arm, plant it through your right, and thread the needle the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming back into your cat-cow. Go ahead and do another cat-cow to release. Okay, we're going to do a sunbird. So planting your right hand down, your left knee down. You're going to reach out with your right leg and left arm, engaging your core, keeping your hip turned down, not up, turn it down. Poise, toes down to the earth, palms straight, and your gaze forward. Take a few breaths here. Returning. Go ahead and you can shake it out a little. Planting that left hand, that right knee, kicking the left leg back, the right leg forward. Really grounding yourself down into the earth. Really feeling that nice ability to stretch and strengthen that spine and your core. Keeping that left hip down towards the earth, not up. An internal rotation. Returning back to the earth, coiling your toes under, pressing yourself up into your first downward dog of the day, pedaling out those legs, as I imagine that your hamstrings are nice and tight from the previous day, workout, walk, work, whatever it may be. Hanging out in downward facing dog for a moment, pushing your heels towards the earth, your hips towards the sky. Pressing forward into your plank. Holding here and engaging, looking at the floor, making sure not to collapse your core. Returning to your knees. Okay, we're going to do a side plank. So, there's a couple variations you can do. You can keep your Left leg down, your right leg in front. To do a side plank, you can then lift up so that you have support here and extend your arms up. If you want to do the full kit and caboodle, you can go here and up. I'm going to do a supported one because my left wrist is kind of mad at me. If you want, you can also put a grip down to help your wrist. So we're up here. We're going to engage our core as we hold this side plank for 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. We're turning back to the earth, turning the other way. You're going to see my backside for a moment. I apologize. There. And up. 1, 2, 3. Coming back down. Planting your hands onto the earth. Coiling up into your downward facing dog. Pedaling out and walking up. We're going to plant our right foot at the center of the mat. We're going to take our left foot back, heels align. We're going to press up into our right foot, taking it into Warrior 3. Make sure to push down through the 4 corners of your feet. And make sure you're not locking your knee while you're in this position. Holding for 3 breaths. Turning back down, pressing your feet back, and switching positions. Grounding through the 4 corners of your feet here. You want to press your knee, lift that leg, and take it down. One side might be better. You want to make sure that you're turning your hips down, not up. Two more breaths. Returning back. I'm going to walk to the top of your mat. So you'll be here, but I'm going to come here to help. From here, you're going to put your hands in prayer. And forward fold down into Uttanasana, or forward fold. Inhale halfway up. Exhale back down to the earth. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down to the earth. Inhale halfway up. And exhale back down to the earth. As you rise, slowly roll each vertebrae up. One vertebrae at a time. Reaching your arms above your head. You're going to go into your half moon to the right. Return back to the top. Head to the left. And come back up. Okay, taking your feet, shoulders width apart. Grounding through those toes. We're going to head down into Malasana. which is really good for your Mula Bandha. I know I haven't said that to you lately. This is a really great position if you need to practice getting ready for labor. It can help induce it. It's really great because it's essentially focusing on our quads and our core and stretching that out. So you're going to bring your arms down, and as you squat, bringing your knees and your elbows together and pushing out. Go ahead and hold here for a few breaths. Be sure to press back in with those knees as you push them out. Focusing on that, drawing up the pelvic floor in this position and engaging it. You can rock back a little bit so that you're sinking into a seated position. Surprisingly, this is how people are supposed to sit when they sit on the floor, like this. But we're going to focus on Malasana for a few more breaths as we really get into this position. You can plant your hands on the earth if it feels better. That's okay to do too. Rolling back to a seated position. Cross your legs. And return to an easy pose. As you do 3 deep breaths. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to focus on yourself, even if it were for 15 minutes. That's awesome. 15 minutes of a little yoga can go a long way. I hope you have a wonderful week. Remember that the divine light within you shines within the divine light of all of us. With that, namaste.